guys, your buddy kintips here. We are going to take the S19 out today. It'll be its maiden voyage. I've been trying to get it out. The weather's a little bit better, but it's going to be a little icy and wet, so I might fall on my ass. This is the first time I'm riding this wheel, so also this is my first 20-inch tire wheel as well. So yeah, the tire is bigger than the S18's tire, so yeah, first time guys, so I might fall. I'm not used to this wheel, so but I'm gonna go take it out and give you guys a quick first impressions. All right, stay tuned. All right guys, the battery's at 100% and I'm gonna go out for a ride now. Alright guys, I just came back from my my first ride on the S19, and let me give you guys what I thought of it. So it's actually really good. Once I got used to it, the biggest thing for me was the pedal height. It was just, and then because I have to throw my weight into it because I'm not a heavy rider, so I'm pretty light, so I'm a lightweight rider, and I have to throw my weight into it just to get going. But once I got going, like, you know, I can turn, I can do everything. So you can watch the video. I went over, you know, speed bumps, all that type of stuff. So yeah, it's really comfy once you get used to it, and once you get your once I got used to the pedal height, and I can just like I can just launch myself from stopping. So once I got used to it, and then yeah, it was a lot easier. So at first it felt kind of weird because it's like, whoa, so high up, and then once you also unlock the speed, it's a lot easier to go because it unlocks the full power of the motor, and you can really feel the power once it's unlocked. So not as good as the S16 Pro, but I would say it's a notch below the S16 Pro, but it's pretty good. So compared to, if I compared to my Falcon, yeah, it's as good. And if I compare it to the S16 or the S18, just the OG S18, yeah, blows the OG S18 away. If I compare it to the Molicel S18, I would say this is still better. Just the S18's Molicel is just a notch below this one. So if you guys were wondering for torque, but yeah, they're both good. But yeah, once you get used to it, unlock the speed, you should have no problem. So I'm not a big fan of this tire. It took me a while to get used to the tire, especially when it's so slippery outside, and you guys can watch the videos. It's just weird when you turn really sharp, but once you get used to it, like, you feel like you're falling, but you don't. Like, you're actually just gonna go, and you're just gonna carve, basically. So it's cool. You just have to get used to the fear of not falling. And you don't actually fall, so it's actually pretty cool, guys. What else can I say? Yeah, it's the suspension is really plush. I barely sag the suspension, so it's actually quite good. I actually like my suspension much stiffer, guys. I don't know. I just got used to riding a little bit more like a stiffer suspension. Like I don't know, bouncy suspension is all right, but I sort of like my suspension a little bit stiffer now. So yeah. So my next wheel will probably be an Apex because I can lower the pedal height. I can adjust it. Makes it a lot easier for me. But yeah, after learning about a 20-inch tire, this 20-inch tire on this S19 actually is really cool. So I've never ridden a 20-inch tire before. The closest was my S18 with the 18-inch, and I've always had like 18 and smaller, you know, with my M10-4 and like M10-5, 16X. They all have that, you know, smaller wheel, and it is really nice riding on a 20-inch tire. It's like very smooth. The only thing is, like I mentioned, you are much higher off the ground. You wouldn't think 2 inches makes a difference, but 2 inches makes a difference. You're like, wow, you're really much higher, and yeah, but it feels really nice. So yeah, all right, guys. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Oh, there's one last thing I wanted to mention, guys. The battery life on this wheel is really good. So I actually rode about 20 kilometers, and yeah, it was pretty good. So I can easily get 80 to 100 easily on this. So, but I'll do a range test a little bit later. So yeah, because you saw me when I was getting ready, it was 100% battery. But yeah, it's pretty good range for this wheel, and I was like burning rubber on some areas. So, and it's really windy outside, so yeah, so you know, you're just stressing the wheel a little bit more when it's super windy. But yeah, all right, guys, see you in more videos.